First of all, there'll be an introduction by the chair where schools will be reminded that it is a peer recognition process and the idea is to support each other. It isn't an inspection process or an examination process, and schools will be reminded of the timing and also the fundamental principle that the quality framework process should be supportive and developmental. So schools will be reminded to look for what they appreciate and are impressed with and to present that as well as their criticisms of the school or their considerations for where extra work, developmental work, could be done. The presentations by the groups are timed, so each group has a maximum of 10 minutes. The chair will show the schools when they get to 8 minutes. They have only 2 minutes left. So it's important to use the portfolio dividers that are downloaded from the website or available from your mentor to structure your presentation. At the end of each portfolio divider, there's a box which many schools find it's useful to just write what they're going to say. And sometimes schools will just read the information in that box depending on how confident you are in making your presentation. Once the presentations are completed, the groups will divide, the schools will divide into 2 or sometimes 3 groups to scrutinise each other's portfolios. Each portfolio will be given an equal amount of time, and the chair's role is to go round the groups and make sure that they've moved from one portfolio to the other, so that each school should get between 40 to 45 minutes where their portfolio is scrutinised. It's important for the portfolios to be the right size and to be well ordered so that all of the information can be gone through in 45 minutes. Please make sure that you don't exceed one lever arch file. There simply isn't time in 45 minutes to look at more than that. The portfolios are scrutinised using the standard descriptors to assess the evidence provided, and each person doing the scrutiny has a form to complete where they will note any points that they're particularly impressed with and any additional questions. The schools will then gather together back in the room where the presentations took place, and there's an opportunity for each school to receive and answer questions for clarification and give any additional evidence, or to guide the people who are scrutinising their portfolio to evidence that they perhaps couldn't see but is contained in the file. It's also important to note that it's not a requirement of the quality framework that all schools' documents, all the teaching documents, should be in English. Obviously, if you're teaching language, many of your lesson plans, your teaching materials will not be in English, but a small description, summary should be provided. And the recognition meeting is also an opportunity to explain the detail of what's on a lesson plan, for example. So there's no need for it all to be translated into English. At the end of the questions and clarification section, the recommendation forms will then be filled out and submitted in confidence. And there are 3 possible outcomes which are directed on the recommendation form. The first one is that the award has been fully achieved, that all the evidence has been provided in the mentor's witness statement, in the school's presentation and in their portfolio to demonstrate to the others making the recommendation that the school is meeting the standard. The second possible recommendation is that 1 or 2 additional pieces of evidence are required, and these will be asked for in writing, and the school gets an opportunity to provide those pieces of evidence, and they'll be sent round to the those who were scrutinising the portfolio. And the third outcome is that those at the meeting feel that they haven't seen enough evidence to be able to give the award. And in that case, the school will have the opportunity to work a bit more on their portfolio, on their presentation, and come back to another recognition meeting as soon as they're ready and present to a new set of schools who will not know that it's the second presentation, to present their school for recommendation.